Taking care of your money is taking care of yourself. And before we can get to generational wealth building, we have to get wealth building together. What are you doing to make sure that you are secured?
Wow, Sinatra.
Another day, another dollar. I'm saving just to be broke. They said college was serious, but my degree feel like a joke. 4 years or less, I'm saying I got it done. No playing, just to end up at my mom's after I told her I wasn't staying. Well, here we are. No question, I'm a star. Just got some light years to travel, but it's just so far. But I'ma make it though. Make sure you get your focus right. You coming too? It's about to be one hell of a ride. Yeah, this adults and stuff is crazy. They ain't warned us about this. I'm supposed to live my best life on an unpaid internship. I'm supposed to find my husband. Everybody running game. I guess the more things change, the more they stay the same. Went from worrying about on flow to running from Uncle Sam. Now I understand why student accounts never gave a damn. Saving accounts be slipping, trying to work out, but I'm tripping. I forgot health insurance. Oh, I'm my mom's until I'm 26, so I gotta pay these student loans. That's adulting. What the score doing the most? That's adulting. Moving out of mom's house. That's adulting, but it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting. Cause these bills got me in trouble. That's adulting. Journey's course is never planned. That's adulting. So just leave it in God's hands. Cause that's adulting.
Hey classmates, welcome back to another episode of the School of Life podcast. Y'all, I just have to say, I am so filled with love and joy that y'all keep showing up for our classroom sessions. You keep sharing, you keep reposting, and you just keep being a good classmate. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Listen, I have to say that because today I'm getting all up in your business and getting you together with a very taboo topic. And I'm sure from the title of the episode, you already know what it is. We're going to talk about money. So of course I have to butter you up a little bit, but we're gonna get our finances together because we can't be the best adults ever if we don't. Now, I've done an episode on finances before and it was pretty good. I think it's episode 3 or 4. It's one of the very first episodes I ever did, which is so crazy. But I felt it was time to run it back because 1, we have new classmates, so y'all will get this information for the first time, and 2, just because it's been a while. Plus, no one taught me about money early on. The only thing I knew about it, child, was that we didn't have any, and I better not ask my mama for none because she didn't have it, okay? But I have learned and I've grown so much in this area. And you know, the more you learn, the more you share. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 healthy finance habits that have helped me get better with money and that I believe can help you. But before we get our coins together, y'all know the drill. Grab your note-taking tools because School of Life is now in session. Now, big disclaimer here. I know everyone is in a different situation and in a different position. And I truly want to be sensitive to that because, listen, I used to be absolutely dirt poor, okay? So if you are in the po boat, you know, this month, I get it. I'm with you. But this message is for those who can do better but don't, and those who want to have the knowledge to do better when they can. So honestly, it's for everybody. But of course, I have to put that disclaimer out there because y'all are not going to be dragging me through the Twitter streets for no reason. So y'all, it's important to understand where your dollars are going. Let's start with that. I don't know, when was it? I believe about 2014, I truly kind of started understanding the importance of where my dollars were going because I was in college and the dollars were going as quick as they came because, again, I used to be poor, okay? And so I was not used to that. Now, I had been working since 2012 or 2011. Gosh, I've been working a long time. I have been working since I was 16, long story short. And I was used to, you know, making a little bit of money. But I had never had money, so I didn't know how to keep it, and I wanted to buy all the things I never could have. And so all of that just became madness until my godmom had a really honest conversation about just understanding your money a little more. And so I want to pass that on to you guys. We have to understand where, our dollars are going. And in getting that understanding, we then began to become better stewards of our dollars. Now, I know a lot of us talk about building generational wealth and setting ourselves up for, optimal success financially, but we're going to talk about building me wealth right now, okay? We're going to worry about the generations. I'm going to check in with y'all next year on the generational side, but let's talk about the us, the we, the me, the I, the singular. How about that? The singular. Taking care of your money is a part of taking care of yourself, which will eventually turn into that generational wealth that we all speak about. Now, if you got it to ball with and start building for the generations, go ahead. But this message is for those of us who are focused on I, okay? So here are 5 ways to create healthy financial habits. Number one, establish a budget. A budget. You heard me correctly. Establish a budget. Now, I do want to say budgets can change month to month, but try to be consistent as possible and know where every one of your dollars is going. One thing that I did, I guess, wrong when I first started budgeting was I had, all the bills because we got to pay our bills. And then I would call it spending money, right? And that would be like hair, nails, going to the movies, like all the things. And that would just be clumped into one category. And at the end of the month, I'm like, I don't have no money. People ask, girl, can you go here? I can't because I need to wait till Friday when I get paid. The issue was that clump, that category of just spending money was going everywhere. And I had no idea where those dollars were landing. And so I had to get really specific on hair, nails, entertainment. Like, you have to be that detailed when you are working on having better financial habits, because if not, you'll end up like me and just spending on all the things and then you don't have any money. Another big thing here with your budget is after you've written your budget, making sure that you are sticking to the budget, okay? And we'll talk about that, but it's very important to be realistic and to stick to the budget and to know where every dollar is going and why it's going where it's going. Now, when establishing a budget, I'm old school. I still write my budgets pencil and paper. I'm so used to saying pen and paper, but I use a good old mechanical pencil and a notebook. I have a budget notebook, and that is how I do my budget. Now, there are tons of resources and tools and apps, and you can use Excel. You can use anything you want. But get a budget, write a budget, establish a budget, because it is necessary. And if you don't know how to establish a budget, leave me a voicemail. Maybe I can do another episode on what all that entails. But go get you a budget, friend. Number 2, save what you can. Now, I say save what you can because so often people are preaching, save this much percent, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going to say that is, not good information, but sometimes all you have is $10. There were plenty of times years ago where I had $50 I could save a check, and that was it. And that was me saving it without in a week going back to transfer it to my checking account. And I had to be okay, and I was okay that that's all that I have. So even if it's $10, if it's $20, shoot, it can be $5. Save what you can. The thing here is that the more you start saving, even if you consider it a small amount, the more it becomes a habit. And that's really the goal, at least to me, with saving. It's not just, I want to save $1,000 just because, but it's creating that habit so that when you can save $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month, it's just already ingrained in you. On top of that, You never know when you're going to need a little extra coin. There have been so many times in my adulting life where I'm like, shoot, if I didn't have that little bit stashed away, I don't know what I would have done. And if you're like me and you don't have a lot of people you can call in times of financial struggle, then you already know that you're going to have to make something shake yourself. And I'm, sure that you can relate when I say there have been times where I had to figure out how to make something shake because there was nothing in the savings account. So don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Save what you can. A little bit becomes a lot. Number 3, know your credit score. Now, I'm not saying go out there and pay somebody to help you figure out all the things that's going on. If you want to do that, that is your prerogative, okay? But know where you stand and know that it's okay if you've made some mistakes. The important thing is how you handle those mistakes, how you get ahead of them. Are you calling your creditors to let them know that you're going to maybe set up a payment arrangement? Are you reporting inaccuracies? I know you can pay for deletions. Like, there are so many ways that you can get ahead of it, but it's important that you get ahead of it. Now, I have plans to bring someone on the show to talk in more detail about fixing your credit and all the things. But for now, I want you to know, get ahead of it, know what's on your report, and know how to fix inaccuracies, or we'll call them mistakes that you might have made early on. Listen, credit issues don't go away. You have to take control of them, or they will control your entire life. So get ahead of it. Number 4, work on your level up plan, okay? This is one of my favorites because after you have gotten good with your budget, you're saving, you're working on your credit, you're now ready to level up, as I like to call it. And you may be wondering, well, Jay, what's a level up plan? I got you, friend. Is it going to be investing? Is it going to be a side hustle? Are you going to start dog walking? Are you going to start a business? Like, how are you going to level up to put you in a better place financially? We talked a few weeks ago and I shared that investing is my meal ticket out. So I have my budget in place. I'm saving. My credit is looking good. I am ready to level up. And I have defined what my level up will look like. So I encourage you to do the same. Work on your level up plan. You don't have to be ready to level up tomorrow, but just know what the plan is going to be. Start doing your research, start learning, start listening to podcasts that talk about that plan so that you can be ready when your number is called, okay? And then number 5, this is my favorite one, I believe. Be patient and give yourself grace. Last week, we talked about grace and all the things that encompasses grace and protecting your space. You need to do the same thing here. Be patient and give yourself grace. So much of creating good financial habits is being patient with yourself and understanding that everything is a process. Y'all know the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day, millionaires aren't made overnight, all the things. You have to have that same mindset as you're working on your own financial habits. So for a quick recap, 5 ways to create healthy financial habits. Number 1, establish a budget. Number 2, save what you can. Number 3, know your credit score. Number 4, work on your level up plan. And number 5, be patient and give yourself grace. All right, before we get out of here, y'all know what time it is. Homework. Love my homework jingle. This week, I want you to conduct a personal finance checkup. Get a clear understanding on where your money is going, how you can make more of it, what is your credit looking like, What types of things do you want to use to level up? Just do a full checkup of your finances so that you are better equipped to truly build that generational wealth that we talked about. A lot of times people talk about generational wealth, but they miss the I wealth. I need to be wealthy first. So we're going to get to the generations, but let me take care of me and position myself. So conduct your personal finance checkup and just make sure things are looking how they should be looking. Lastly, for homework, y'all know this is not even considered homework anymore. This is like a mandatory task. Leave me a voicemail at the link in the show notes. You can also visit schooloflifepodcast.com. Let me know where you're listening from. Let me know how your financial checkup went. Or just let me know that you're enjoying the show. I would love to hear from you. All right, friends, that wraps up another episode of the School of Life podcast. As always, I hope you learned something new or gained some sort of new life insight, because that is why this podcast exists. Listen, we're all in this together. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep evolving. Talk to you soon.
Gotta pay these student loans. That's adults with the score doing the most. That's adulting. Moving out of mom's house. That's adulting. But it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting. 'Cause these bills got me in trouble.